Moose, by the way, we'll just gloss over the fact that you said you glazed Roman Reigns and then you try to criticize me for glazing Tom Brady. We'll just pretend like you didn't say that so I can not have to rip into you for that.
Moose shit! Welcome to Moose Shit, where we spout bullshit. My name is Moose, and I'm joined by my daring daredevils, Koob and Al. How you guys doing today?
That was a good one, Moose. I like that one.
Thank you.
Good.
I'm doing good.
I think I finally learned that I need to stop screaming into the mic because it's causing audio issues, and for me to just not for audio to break in the middle. So I'm just gonna start sort of whispering into the mic.
You do
and
have
hopefully,
anger issues. You do have anger issues.
yeah, I don't think so. But okay.
Then why are you always screaming then?
I mean, I just get passionate. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of passion.
That's the word you want to use to describe it.
So you're just gonna get rid of all that passion?
I mean, no, I'm gonna use it in specific ways, direct ways, and not just constantly, you know?
Okay.
Anyways, how's your guys' days been, weeks been, months been?
Month.
Alright, I mean, you can talk about the month.
Last week.
Okay.
The whole month?
Yeah, I mean, the month.
My month has been great. We are
That's great.
exactly what, 2 days into this month, Moose?
Yeah.
3.
Okay. But I'm doing good. Doing good. Not much going on, but
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
I can talk about my bet that I've made with Moose, so everybody can laugh at Moose.
Oh my god! I forgot. I completely forgot about this. Remember how last week we recorded the episode and we said there was gonna be no way, there's just no possible way that Al was gonna lose the bet? Oh my god, it's 1 week later and Al lost the bet. The unlosable bet, Al lost it. That was fun. That was a good time. Okay, I'll
not have to rub it in, Moose.
Moses doesn't even care about you losing the bet. He's just a Taylor Swift fanboy, and is just glad that she's going to be at the Super Bowl. It literally has nothing to do with Alex losing the bet.
Hey, wait, by the way, does Taylor Swift know Moose at all?
No, it's kind of strange, really, that a person living in New Jersey right now, like Moose. Sorry, I just gave you a location.
I'm sorry. Does Tom Brady know you, Coop? Does Tom Brady know you?
Tom Brady? You are fanboy Tom Brady?
You suck him fucking 24/7, but sure, okay.
I do. When was the last time I talked about Tom Brady without you asking him about me, or you asking me about him?
You literally
When was the
fucking
last time?
you wear his jersey every single
When was the last time
time.
When was the last time you see me wear his jersey?
Okay. Well, whatever.
Okay,
What were you saying?
Okay, so your side point just makes no sense. So we'll just move on from that, or we'll just establish that what Moose just said was absolute nonsense.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Tom Brady is not relevant anymore. It's not my fault. Tom Brady is not relevant anymore.
Of course, he's not relevant. He's not playing the sport that I still watch, so I'm not going to bring him up. Unlike you, who brings up Taylor Swift and things that have nothing to do with Taylor Swift, but that's a different point.
For example,
but the point that I was making was Moose is so obsessed with everything that she does, and they've never met each other. They have no interactions, so it's kind of weird that you just your life is so tied to someone that you've never met.
It's not. Literally, she does not come into my mind unless I'm with you guys. It is you guys who continuously bring her up in my mind.
Sure, bro.
Okay.
Whatever.
Who was the one who sent the Taylor Swift fucking article in the chat? It wasn't me.
That was literally because I was making fun of you. That was literally to make fun of you. So I don't know why you're bringing that up.
How does she keep on getting brought up in this podcast? This is like I bet if we took a percentage of how many times Taylor Swift has been mentioned in one of our podcasts,
Well, the
it
thing
has
is,
to
today
be.
I'll take because I did bring her up today, but half the like 80% of the other time it's Moose. I did
No,
bring
but
her up today though, before
if
Moose tries
if we
to
had
throw
to
that back in
take
my
a
face.
if we had to take a percentage of how many times, like what percentage of the episodes has Taylor Swift mentioned in it, has to be over half, probably like 75%.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I'm really like fucking tired of it. And Moose says tries to bring up the point that I'm a Tom Brady fanboy, and then Tom Brady's not relevant right now. But yet, like I just see Taylor Swift everywhere in things that she's not relevant in.
She
So
just
like
won.
why before a football game, like a big football game, do I have to see Taylor Swift? What is she? What is her relevance to that football game?
I'll get into it soon. Anyways, Al, what were you saying?
Sure.
I wasn't saying anything.
You were talking about the bet that you made.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I basically, Moose is this much of a Taylor Swift fanboy that he believes I have this curse, as I guess we saw last week,
I
where
proved you had a curse.
anything that I bet on will automatically lose. So he says that he'll 25% or 25% profit boost whatever bet I make, as long as the bet involves the San Francisco 49ers winning the Super Bowl. So that way he can like bathe in some sort of success that he's not a part of when the Chiefs and Taylor Swift win the Super Bowl. Because he's willing to take on an extra 25% risk that even the sportsbook apps are not willing to take on, just so Taylor Swift can win.
It's not an extra risk because the
And it's
sportsbooks
not even
don't know.
it's not even that she'll win. It's literally you're just like this curse is all in your mind. I don't actually have a curse.
Al, we literally established that the Ravens versus the Chiefs game was supposed to be your curse breaker. That was supposed to be the one game where it was impossible for you to lose,
I mean,
and you still lost it.
it wasn't that. I mean, they weren't that much of favorites. I mean, it wasn't like I. It was still a risky bet.
Not according to
Whatever.
Coob
Well,
last time.
by the time this comes out, the Super Bowl will have already been decided, and we'll see if my
Okay.
curse is
Yeah,
broken.
I did
and
say
this
that the Ravens were as good, like as sure as a bet, mostly because I just thought they were so much better than they were. But if you go based on like the sportsbook facts, like they weren't as big of favorites. They weren't even like major favorites, to be honest. So just to
okay.
clarify that.
Well,
But
okay, now it's time to cue editing Moose right now, as he either cries or laughs at your pay now. Editing Moose, take over right now. Editing Moose here. He lost the unlosable bet twice. For 3 weeks in a row, they kept saying the Bills are gonna beat the Chiefs, and then they said, "Well, it's not gonna be the Bills. No, this honor is for the Lamar Jackson of the Ravens. He is going to save American football, and he wasn't able to do it either. Brock Purdy was supposed to do it, and he didn't do jack shit because I am always right, always." Thanks,
Gonna be
editing Moose.
crying. He's gonna be crying out of all
He's
the
not crying. He's
hundreds of
not
dollars
crying.
he had to give
He's
up.
not crying. He's laughing right now. Anyways, Coob, how was your day or week?
was good. I was upset to watch the Ravens lose. It was very upsetting. I fucking hate everybody on the Chiefs. They're all extremely unlikable. There's no appeal to any of them whatsoever. And I had to watch them go back to another Super Bowl. And I just hope that the 49ers can fucking beat them. If they can't, then I am literally going to kill myself. I'm so done with this.
Boy,
The hatred is so strong. You have no idea.
I was watching. What I was seeing on TikTok. It was like there were people on TikTok hoping that this game just ends in a draw and that both teams lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. That all of a sudden became a thing after last year's Super Bowl because last year's Super Bowl was the Eagles and the Chiefs, and
Yeah.
we've established that nobody likes the Chiefs regardless. So that was why they didn't want the Chiefs to win. And then everybody knows like Eagles fans are extremely obnoxious, so they didn't want the Eagles to win either. So that was the thing for the last Super Bowl, and I feel like what's happening is they're just bringing it back for this Super Bowl because there's literally no reason why you shouldn't want the 49ers to win if you're just like a casual like if you're just an unbiased fan, you really have no reason to hate the 49ers because they haven't had any success in winning Super Bowls for like the past 30 years. So what are you exactly mad at? Like you have to like nitpick things to be mad at. So I don't really understand that, but I have seen that. So I don't really get it, but apparently it's going around.
I have stuff to be mad at. I said before that we recorded this episode that I wanted to like take 5 to 10 minutes to rant, and so now I'm gonna take that time. Okay, so when we were hanging out yesterday, I was on Reddit and
Oh
TikTok.
no. Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the other thing, but go ahead.
Oh no, not that other thing. I was on Reddit and
Okay,
TikTok,
good.
and I was seeing like, and I've made this very clear, like across the episodes and everything, that I'm a big wrestling fan, and so I was seeing like spoilers for what happened last night on Friday, and I'm gonna take 5 to 10 minutes, not just to explain why I'm angry, but I also have to give context. Okay, so and oh my fucking god, I was so mad. I was literally so mad that my mom and my dad both thought I was fucking yelling at my sister because I was talking to her about how angry this made me. I couldn't sleep for another hour based off of how angry this fucking episode got me. Holy shit. And want to know what it is? I think it is on purpose. And this is what today's episode is about. Today's episode is about all the fucking times that people make you mad, and it's on purpose just to generate headlines. So obviously I sped up the entirety of the story because oh my god, that took forever. I don't know why I was talking for so long. You didn't really need most of that context. You could probably just Google it if you want. If you want to listen back to it, you can listen to it at 0.25 speed. I do want to take this time to apologize to both Kub and Al. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I'm glad that took less than 10 minutes.
What? You
Bro, you are literally fluent in yapping. Fluent. It is like a skill. That might have been the like longest blabber session I've ever let somebody go on. Because like I'm the type of person like if somebody just starts yapping on, I'll constantly interrupt them and like crack jokes. And that might be the longest I've ever let somebody just keep like spewing nonsense for like so
I have
long.
to give context.
And I just immediately regretted that. Moose, by the way, we'll just gloss over the fact that you said you glazed Roman Reigns and then you try to criticize me for glazing Tom Brady. We'll just pretend like you didn't say that so I can not have to rip into you for that. But regardless of the fact, like wrestling is obviously like rigged, you know what I mean? Not rigged, but they're like manufacturing storylines. So what did you really expect? Like The Rock
Okay.
is still like a mainstream guy.
Okay,
So
did you or did you not get angry at Donna in Suits?
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the decisions that she made just made no sense storyline wise. In the same way, This just doesn't make sense storyline wise. Cody Rhodes has said, I want to beat you for that title. I am now the main event of WrestleMania, but I'm just not going to challenge you for the main event of WrestleMania. I don't want Seth Rollins' title, but I'm not going to face you. So it just makes everything look bad. It doesn't make Seth Rollins' title look good. It doesn't make it makes Cody look like an idiot. And now I just hate The Rock because he's taking Cody's spot.
Okay. I guess
Well,
I
do you
see where
remember
you're
10
coming
minutes ago when you said that you wouldn't scream, you wouldn't start yelling?
I did
from.
not
Yeah,
scream. I did not
you
scream.
literally did. Really did. But okay. But I guess I see your point because sometimes the UFC will do the same thing with like
I remember
what's
when
it
they were like making a big deal
title?
about how Brock Lesnar just cut the line when he went for the UFC title.
Well, yeah, that's because it's fucking Brock Lesnar. But also, like the whole point is since it's more entertaining, they're going to just push that regardless. So like a guy like who's it called? Like John Jones. I don't know if you guys know about John Jones. He's like the greatest MMA fighter of all time, right?
Mhm.
So when he finally came back, he took like 3 years off or something, some long ass period off because he was moving up to heavyweight, which is like from light heavyweight to heavyweight, you have to put on 60 pounds. You go from fighting 205 to 265. So he's putting on a bunch of weight to move up weight classes. So when he moves up, like everybody was waiting, they were trying to get him to fight Francis Ngannou, who's also like this extremely jacked, big ass heavyweight, like crazy punching power, like a mountain of a fucking guy, right? And they were gonna fight, like trying to schedule him to fight him. And then Francis Ngannou just dipped from the UFC because they wouldn't give him more money. So he fucking leaves. And then John Jones gets a fight against someone that like he's clearly gonna beat because John Jones is a grappler and the guy he's fighting is a striker. So he dismantles him. So then everybody's like, okay, his next fight is gonna be a challenge. Then his next fight they schedule him for is against the guy that Francis Ngannou beat to get the title, which was at this point, like at the point that they made the fight, like 4 years ago. So they're scheduling him to fight someone that hasn't fought in like 4 years. And not only that, the guy is also like 42 years old. So clearly out of his prime. And they're just doing it because of the storyline instead of like pushing the real fights that the fans want to see. They're trying to like manufacture storylines. And basically, my whole point with this is sometimes in these entertainment things, they actually don't realize they think they're doing right by the fans and giving them what they want, but they're only doing right by the fans that see headlines. You know what I mean? So, like
Mhm.
that Rock fight, like the Rock and Roman Reigns, right? When they fight, where are you gonna see that? I guarantee
And
you, I'll see that on House of Highlights or Bleacher Report on like
ESPN has
after the
already
fight,
reported on it.
ESPN. I'll see it, but if he was fighting Cody Rhodes, I probably wouldn't have seen it as much on my feed than if he fights The Rock. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
they're just doing that because they're after the clicks. It's like the same way, and I don't want to bring it up again, but it actually is the perfect thing to bring up. The
That's
whole
what I was
Taylor
waiting
Swift
for. Yep.
NFL thing, people bitch about it, and I bitch about it too, but I'm not fucking stupid. Like, I understand how business works, bro. If you can put her, bro, I saw something stupid like that she's generated like $350 million
Yeah.
in value for the NFL and the Chiefs. So if I'm the NFL and the Chiefs, why the hell would I stop posting her? Like, even if me and all the football fans, you will not see one guy in a comment section on Instagram defend Taylor Swift. But why would they abandon? You think they're gonna appease us to lose out on
Yeah.
$350 million? Man, they would
Well,
do it for a
I,
million dollars. Like they're
they
selling
need to
you out
have
for
like
any little amount.
they need a sort of balance between not pissing the fans off too much to the point where they will stop watching and also have Taylor Swift. But I think the point where fans will stop watching is a really high point
Yeah, I mean, at
because
this it's
go ahead.
it's yeah, so that's what I was talking about basically. Like this the entire thing is that you want to generate hatred because regardless of whatever your feelings are, hatred at least gets you talking. No one talks that much about um what they like. Like, I've been watching wrestling for 3 years. This is the first time that I've talked about it at extent, and it's about something that I fucking hate. So, like, clearly it's working. I wish it
Yeah.
didn't, though.
That's they call that rage bait.
Anyways,
They really is just taking advantage of like in football, they're taking advantage of fans like me who they know are gonna watch the games regardless because I'm so committed to I'm such a big fan of the sport that they know I'm gonna watch the fucking nonsense regardless. Even though the whole Taylor Swift shit pisses me off, I'm still gonna watch the sport. And then like wrestling will take advantage of people like Moose who love wrestling regardless of all the BS that they'll put on there, and they're just gonna force feed him these matchups that he's already seen because they're like, oh, it doesn't really matter because he's gonna watch it anyway. Like he'll complain about it, but he's gonna watch it. So what's the big deal? So that's how they just get you. They're like the
But
point.
to be fair,
When you said it, Alex, or 1 second before you go, when you said it, like the rage bait, like they basically know that the bar is so high for how much they can piss you off. So they're just gonna like pull and take as much slack on that line of pissing you off as they can, which is so scummy, but it's just
yeah.
how the game goes.
But to be fair, and not to bring Taylor Swift up again, but there
She's
was a
already up,
TikTok
man.
that Moose
She's
sent
already up.
that Taylor Swift was only shown like maybe 30 seconds one game, like 45 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute max on the games, but just the few seconds that she is present pisses everybody off, but no one would say the same thing about any other celebrity or any other like past football player. Obviously, like the past football players that come to the stadium, they are relevant to the game of football, but there is some level of hating Taylor Swift just because it's mainstream that's happening.
I don't think people like the reason I could explain actually why people get so mad when she pops up on the broadcast specifically. It's because the same people that are on the broadcast are the same people that are on the social media platforms that like, bro, a day of the Chiefs game, if you look on your like feed, like I follow a bunch of sports pages, bro. If you go through that feed of sports pages, there's going to be minimum like 20 to 25 posts about Taylor Swift and maybe like 3 or 4 plays from the game. Like it's all just about
Right. So it's
her.
less about the
So
broadcast itself.
yeah.
It's about the social
So
media
like think
presence.
about it. Like if you're constantly seeing this nonsense throughout the thing, right? Like and you know that like okay, so if this guy makes a crazy play, I'm not gonna see it, but they're gonna show her regardless. Like if you go on social media, all you see is Taylor Swift posts, and then you go and watch the next broadcast, and then you're watching the game, and she's popping up, even if it is for like the 5 seconds at a time, then like you're going to get mad. And like Moose, that video would be valid to me if it wasn't Colin Coward, because you guys probably don't know about like his history of terrible takes. But that guy is literally one of the most brain dead idiots that I've ever seen sportscast ever. You guys know about Lamar Jackson. I've talked about Lamar Jackson to you. Clearly an MVP. He's been an MVP, one of the best quarterbacks in the game, whatever. During his draft, when he was getting drafted, he would fucking Colin Cowherd is sitting there, and there's a clip that's going viral now of him saying, "Oh, he's not Sam Darnold. He's not Josh Rosen." You want to know what Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen have done in the league? Sam Darnold was so shit on the Jets that he got traded to the Panthers and did so shit there that now he's just a backup on the 49ers. And just didn't, he hasn't done anything in the league. His first ever throw in the NFL was a pick six that went back to the house. Bro, they played the Patriots one time. He threw 3 picks, and then after the game, he said he was seeing ghosts in the game. And then Josh Rosen was the guy that on draft night, he was picked with the 10th overall pick, right? So his smart ass gets up on the stage and he says, "There were 9 mistakes made ahead of me." That season, he had one of the worst rookie starting seasons for a QB. His team, the Cardinals, were so bad that they ended up with the first pick again, and they drafted his replacement 1 year after taking him 10th overall in the draft. and then he has never started another NFL game.
Oh my gosh.
And that's who Colin Cowherd said is. They said Lamar Jackson is not those guys. He had a point, but not in the way that he was fucking trying to make it. So
I've
that's
seen
why I saw that and I just did not like pay attention to it at all because I hate
I've
Colin
seen
Cowherd.
ads for like The Herd, which is Colin Cowherd's show, and it's literally just an advertisement to like make you angry because it's literally in the advertisement he's like, no matter how many times I prove that I'm right, you'll always argue with me, which is
Yeah.
okay. Okay, cool. That's fine. But I do want to now, like, I feel like I've been too mad, so I do want to make this this episode a little bit lighter. So now I'm gonna talk about one of the greatest artists that's not named Taylor Swift to have ever walked the face of the earth. Here, I'm gonna play you some of their greatest music ever.
Girl, they just
Oh
made
my!
on the world. Oh, you
JJ
got
Fish.
to tell all them
You remember Ice JJ Fish?
Oh my
Most you
god.
have no idea. I'm actually very proud to admit this. You know what? I'm gonna stand on my ground and say I'm proud to admit this. I play Ice JJ Fish minimum one time a month. I could say that proud because I'll randomly when I hang out with my friends, right? So like we'll just like those periods of like I'm the type of person like if you're sitting in a room, I don't like silence being in the room if it's filled with a group of people, right? That's just weird to me. So like I'm the type of person I'll always try to fill the silence with like some noise. And sometimes I'll just be playing music on my phone while everybody else is on their phone. And instead of playing real music, I just click through my like songs where I just have a bunch of like meme songs liked. So like I have like the Mission Impossible theme for when I'm in my car and I'm just gonna floor it and I'll just turn that on and I'll just start gunning my car. And also in there is Ice JJ Fish where anytime I wanna play a meme song, I'll sit there and I play that and I'll play it through its entirety. To the point where one time my brother was recording me about it was maybe 2 or 3 a.m. and this time I have really no excuse. It was literally just me and him in the room and it's like 3 a.m. and I started playing the song. I literally was under my blanket listening to Ice JJ Fish while on Instagram and he took a video of me. I'll get the video from him and I'll send it to you guys. Bro, he records me saying, "Bro, it's 3 a.m. I'm trying to go to sleep and this kid is listening to Ice JJ Fish." Bro, actually such a great video. But yeah, I play that song so often. It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah, but you
That's
don't play it because it's good. You play it because it's funny.
No, it's just it's it's good because it's so bad.
There you go.
I just
I
love listening to it.
I just think it's bad. It does like offer some humor, but like this is what I'm talking about. Like I don't think there's no way that Ice JJ Fish listened to this song and is like, yeah, that's the type of music that I like listening to. That's the type of music that I think is good. I
No,
want
no,
this shit everywhere.
no.
See,
It's
that's one of my.
definitely
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
it's definitely purposefully bad, as the title suggests, because it's not even similar to any song that's out there. And the thing is, like, if you watch his music videos, he purposely tries to do like stupid dance moves. Like he makes these stupid ugly faces. Like I don't think there's any debate on whether or not he's trying to be bad.
I don't think he makes stupid, ugly faces. I think, like, no offense to him, I think he might just be ugly,
Okay, that's it.
respectfully, bro. But also, like, I don't know because the point that you made about like he listens back to it and he there's no way like he can be like, oh, this is good. I
Yeah.
feel like the whole music industry, like, have you ever thought of like there's like certain things that like people will say in songs that like you hear it and you're like, how did this make it past the artist itself, the
Yeah.
producers, the record label? Like there's clearly a chain of command that this song has to go through, and you're not telling me that it went through this whole chain of command without just one person having the balls to say, "Hey, this is dog shit," and I just find that impossible. And one example that I want to bring up, I don't know if you guys have ever heard It's not a whole song, but it's just a line from Rick Ross. So in one of his songs, he says
know what you're
something
gonna say.
along this line. He says something like, put Molly in her drink, and then implying that she passed out. And then she said, I took her home and enjoyed it. She ain't even know it.
Yeah.
So he basically just implied that he just how do they say it? That he roped her. That's how they say it on TikTok. That's what he
Yeah.
implied in the line. And that line was part of a song that clearly went through a chain of command, and it still made it to the public, and it's still
Yeah.
active to this day.
No, that I don't understand. And but the thing about that is I think he made that thinking it was like really cool to say that, whereas Ice JJ Fish or someone like an Ice Spice is making music specifically like just troll music basically. Like you remember that sound like think you the shit, you not even the fart.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh
Oh,
my
also,
fucking god.
6ix9ine is
That's
the perfect
purposely bad.
example of that. Then 6ix9ine is the perfect example of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything 6ix9ine does. I don't know how, I've never met a single person who likes 6ix9ine and is also not an asshole completely.
I've
Yeah, I
never
mean-
actually met a person that likes 6ix9ine unironically.
Yeah,
Like, I've never met
troll
a
music
person.
because they're just doing it, and maybe not 6ix9ine, but Ice Spice is definitely doing it just to be a TikTok sound. But now that backfired because now there's no more music on TikTok, so her fart song is never gonna blow up.
Is Ice Spice signed by UMG? Because they're the only songs that are not on there.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is. She is. Yeah, 99% of the songs you can't even get on TikTok, which is like I'm not sure exactly what happened. People like to make it seem like UMG is the bad guy for not signing, but I'm pretty sure it's TikTok's fault as well because I'm pretty sure they just couldn't come to an agreement. So
The
TikTok
TikTok
is greedy
CEO was
too.
too busy. TikTok CEO was too busy trying to explain where Singapore is compared to China.
No,
You
bro,
can't blame
he
it
is
on him.
Chinese. He is Chinese, bro. Because Singapore, apparently, to that congressman, is inside of China. Are you affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party? No, I am Singaporean. Why will you not answer any of my questions? Answered every single question that he asked, bro. That is literally why people look at America as a fucking joke, bro. Because of idiots like that, bro.
Yeah.
Actually incredible.
So
I'm pretty
another
sure
one,
us three can be congressmen, honestly.
another example that I wanted to bring up that I wrote down here is EA Sports, and Coop will know a lot about this as well. But I think EA Sports is similar in that they'll do the bare minimum. Like they're trying to get it to a point where people will still play their game, but they could do the least amount of work. I think they may have hit the point where so many people are boycotting the game, especially with the introduction of 2K trying to get into college football, or I'm not sure if they're going to the NFL, but at least college football. So if anyone doesn't know what EA Sports is, EA Sports makes video games. And one of the most popular franchises that they make is Madden. And they also make stuff like hockey and other sports like that. But Madden, there has been, I don't think Madden has gotten over like 50% positive reviews for the past like 10 years. But for some reason, it still continues to get bought. Not for some reason, there's a great reason. It continues to get bought and people continue to play it. And the only reason why is because it's the only football game out there until 2K comes into the picture. And then I'm almost positive once 2K releases a game, EA Sports is going to shit because they're so good at pissing off their fan bases and making the game purposefully bad because they only make minor changes every single year. So that's one of the main reasons why I never upgraded Madden until this year because the last time I got it was in like 2016. So it's a big jump for me.
Okay, but I mean, let's not dick ride 2K too hard. They don't change their sports games that often either.
That is
don't
true.
think-
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. With sports games, sorry to cut you off. Moose. With sports
fine.
games specifically, uh, most of these companies, what they do is the second they secure the rights exclusively, they just
Yes.
stop caring. So like I remember, look, bro, Alex, I told you that I bought a Wii recently, right? So I was
Yep.
playing Madden on the Wii, and there are features in that Madden that aren't in the current day Madden that are
The
useful features.
2013 Madden, by the way, for
Yes,
11
yeah,
years ago.
Madden 13 on the fucking Wii, where the players look like fucking like literal pixels, bro, and they have better like features in there than they do on the current game. And I know they still do that, and I know 2K, NBA 2K is the same, and I know Moose probably plays the wrestling games, and I guarantee you it's the same on there too.
It's the same game. I bought both 2K22 and 2K23, and I regretted buying 2K23 because it's the same fucking game. It's just the
Yeah.
same exact thing, different roster. And like, if you really care about the roster that much, then sure, buy the games. But like, if you just want to play a game, it just doesn't make difference.
But the most annoying part is that yes, mainly the only difference is a roster, but a roster could be fixed with a simple software update. So if they were to say like we don't have much to introduce this year, like we're just gonna introduce like a few different software updates here and there, and then you guys can keep the game. Like I would respect that a lot more because at least you're not pretending like your product is good. But every single year they pretend that they made some of these huge improvements or make it seem as though it's so much different when really it's just a roster update that could be solved with the software update.
It's the Apple way of doing things. You just
Yes.
change one thing in the phone, and it's completely revolutionary. You can't possibly get the same experience on the old phone. You have to buy the newest phone to get the elite use out of it.
The thing is about iPhone is that you don't have to upgrade every single year. In fact, most people that I know don't upgrade for at least 4 years until then they feel like it's a good enough jump. But with sports games, it's hard to do that because at some point, I'm pretty sure they like eliminate the possibility of playing online on the older games.
That is true. That is true.
So you can't even realistically play the old games where you would with an iPhone. So that's even more scumbaggy of EA. I hate EA.
That's just sports games in general, man.
Yeah.
Is there a single sports game that actually changes anything? Because if they're doing a yearly release like EA and 2K do, there's no way they can have enough innovative things every year where it, like warrants buying a new game.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like if it was a regular video game, regular video games do not get updated every year. GTA 6, it's like been what 12 years since that the GTA 5 was released. That is respectable. This is just there's unfortunately nothing we can do because it's not going to change with 2K.
yeah, like the example with GTA, like the reason why there's so many people, even though like people are like everybody knows the wait for GTA 6 is ridiculous, but the reason people are willing to make that wait is because first of all GTA 5 was so good, and then also they've kept people on GTA 5 with like new updates and new things to do on GTA 5. So like you could get away with not making a new game every year as long as you actually put some fucking effort into the game that you still have out. Like Madden, 2K, WWE, fucking any of these games, they just do not give a shit about their fucking player base, bro. It's so obvious in the product that they put out every year. But guess what? I'm one of the suckers that buys it every year, bro. For the past maybe 10 years, I have spent $60 every year to buy Madden. That's $600 I will never get back.
I know, but you do it not because you want to. I'm sure you hate doing it every year, but it's just so you can continue to play online.
That's literally the only reason why, bro. Literally, me and my friends, my two friends and my brother that that we always used to play Madden with, we hate the game so much that we made a pact to each other that we wouldn't buy it. And then the time comes around, and then we all ended up buying it because like we didn't want to just sit there and not have the new Madden. But like now, I'm pretty sure either this year was supposed to be the last year of EA having exclusive rights to the NFL, I think this was the last year that it was supposed to be, but if it's not, then like I don't know how much longer I can fucking play Madden anymore, bro. It's so terrible.
And so then my second example had to do with printers, and I'm not sure how much experience you have with printers, but printers are pretty much the exact same thing. Printers make you buy like the subscription, they make you create an account. I've heard that they purposefully break the printers after a certain amount of years so that you have to buy a new printer. There's just printers are never easy. But it pretty much has the exact same thing to do with businesses not caring about their consumer base. Moose, did you
Are
find
you
that
sure, man?
information when?
Are you sure, man? I've had the same printer for a while now,
Oh,
and it just works perfectly fine. I mean, the
well,
one
Mine's
thing I'll give
I
you
do
is that
not.
they just destroy your wallet on the prices of ink, but uh my printer works fine.
No, my printer makes me create an account and sign into the account to print it, and then I have to
yeah.
connect to the Wi-Fi because it's wireless. So I have to make sure both are connected to the same Wi-Fi. And then even after I do that, half the time it doesn't print. I don't know. I guess I have a shit printer, but it's supposed to be one of those higher tech printers.
I mean, yeah, you have a higher tech print, bro. My printer is maybe like 7 or 8 years old. Like it's like it has a screen, obviously, but like it's not like high tech at all. Like
Um.
I can wirelessly print stuff, but like it's like if you go to the actual printer itself, it's like very like old tech. You could tell. So
So yeah, two things. I don't have a high tech printer. I think my printer doesn't even have a screen. It just has that bar that tells me stuff. Like not like an
okay.
actual touchscreen or anything. But it still doesn't let me print anything unless I like get a driver installed onto my computer and like connected to the Wi-Fi and everything. It has the option of doing wired printing, but it's my computer or the printer, one of them just refuses to do it, so I can't do anything about that. And then the EA contract with NFL expires earliest 2025, but if revenue threshold, if like revenues holds, like if they meet certain revenue thresholds, they can extend it to 2026.
So that means
Oh.
I actually shouldn't buy the game
Yeah,
in my rebellion.
unless Madden's like, no, unless EA is like, man, we really need to step it up so we can keep this contract. Let's just go all out on this one game and then just continue to not care for the rest of the
Bro,
years that we have the
Just don't
contract.
do it.
I'm looking at EA's revenue over year, and they've consistently gone up. The last time they went down was going from 2013 to 2014, or 2015 to 2016. But ever since then, they've always gone up. It's over, man.
I don't think the NFL is like, we like the fans enough to find someone else. I think you're just gonna have to stick with EA.
I
Sorry.
hope not. I hope not. EA is just causing me so much pain. Just so much pain. I cannot deal with it anymore.
But you wanna know what's something that people don't have to replace every year, but also does not get that much iteration? The Xbox. The Xbox, I don't think changes that much, except for like graphics. Like broadly just graphics. I don't think the Xbox X changed compared to like Xbox One X and all the other iterations from it.
I don't know. I have not really researched it, but I thought Xbox One Series X was comparable to the PS5. I mean, I would assume PS5 is probably better, but
That
it's
is
still
like
next gen.
the direct competitor. So like
Yeah.
PS5 is against Xbox One X and or Series X, whatever it's called.
Hmm.
And then the like PS5 has like a digital edition, and that one is comparable to like the Series S, which is like those are like the cheaper options. And I would have to disagree with you, Moose, because I used to have an Xbox One, and that thing was shitty. Like
Yeah,
towards the
but
like, obviously when you get it new, it's like good, but like towards the end of it's like as it
I,
gets older, it just gets shittier and shittier.
I'm just like comparing it to like Nintendo's lines of consoles and the PlayStation line of consoles because PlayStation and Nintendo both innovate on not just like the graphics itself, but like also how to play the game. The Wii was the one who popularized motion control, which is now used in a lot of games. And like the PlayStation obviously has the touchpad on its controller. And it also has PSVR. Like Xbox just doesn't have any of that innovation. Like if you wanted just a bare bones, here's a console to play games on, you get an Xbox. But if you actually want to have fun, you would get either the a Nintendo console or a PlayStation console.
No, I
The
know
one
that,
thing
and
I gotta say as a defense is with Xbox, like, wait, Moose, you have a PlayStation, right? So what do you pay to play online? Like, what is that called?
Let's see. PlayStation.
So like,
Plus?
PlayStation Plus or something like that.
Probably.
Okay, right? So you pay for that to play online.
$134.99 for 12 months.
Okay, so it's like $10 a month, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So I pay $15 on my Xbox for Xbox Game Pass Elite, which lets me play online, but it also lets me play any of the Game Pass games. Like I could just play any of those too for free, and it's like over 100 games. And there's some pretty like decent games on there, like GTA is on there, and like I'm a big baseball guy, so like MLB The Show is on there. So there's been like a lot of games that like I've gotten a lot of use on. Where like other like
And
my
how
other
much is it?
friends will have to spend money to play those games. I get to just like play them for free. So like in the money that I save, I would probably say the value is equaled out to
Wait, but
like
how much is it?
it's $15 a month,
Wow.
which isn't bad at all. Like to get like basically you basically get 100 free games with it.
I think that the thing that mainly distinguishes PS5 is the PS5 exclusive games.
Yeah, that's the PS5's biggest selling point would be the ability to play their like amazing exclusives, which is like the best part because Xbox has the probably the shittiest exclusives on their platform. Like nobody cares about Gears of War. I'm so sick of like anytime you buy an Xbox, they're like, "Here's Gears of War. You can play Gears of War on Xbox only." It's like, yeah, nobody plays it anyway, so what's the point? But that's like the one exclusive that they always push towards you when PS5 got like Spider-Man and like God of War, and I'm sitting here with fucking Gears of War 7 when nobody played 1 through 6. Like, I don't care about Gears of War. I don't know why Gears of War is catching a stray right now, but it just had to be
Oh,
said.
Sea of Thieves seems to be also the biggest one.
Sea of Thieves is fire, though. I'm not gonna lie. I actually love that game.
It's an
That's a good
Xbox
game.
exclusive.
I didn't even know that.
Okay. Well, this was a nice way to rant and get stuff off of our chest that has been building up for a while. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great. Please go check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast. Google Podcasts is not a thing anymore. Whoops, forgot about that. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, um, iHeartRadio. We're on there too. I think. I'm pretty sure we're on iHeartRadio.
We're
Pocket
always
Cast.
on
That's a thing.
iHeartRadio.
Thank you so
Nobody
much
listens
for.
there.
Please go like, comment, subscribe if any of those are relevant to you on your platform. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.